You can start talking too, right?
Yeah. All right, so we are making a little playpen that's going to go up against this wall. Some of you may know that we are getting a little puppy for our 6-year-old puppy. So to build a home playpen, we are actually using a method that we used when we had our rabbits. And so we got some shelving, just regular shelving that you would, put pegs on the wall for and put the shelving on top.
Home Depot.
Yep, at Home Depot. So what we did is we got just these small stacks of it. And they're pretty small. So what we did was we bought like 2 sets of it. So we got 4 to go around the cage, and then an extra 4 to top on each other. So when you combine them, they're much taller.
Mm-hmm.
And when we had rabbits, they were never able to jump this, which was nice. So we're hoping that it works out pretty well for our puppy until he is old enough to play with our not so gentle giant. So what we do is we got these shelving. I can't remember how much the shelving cost us in all honesty, but I know it was not that expensive.
It's like maybe $4 or $5 per stack.
Per stack, yeah.
And what we did was basically what my wife had just said, is just stack them, but make sure that it was tall enough where they didn't jump over. But with Sky being so young, I don't think that's going to be an issue.
Mm-mm.
It just is like when he wants to play, we stick him in the playpen.
Mm-hmm.
And but when he's like older enough and bigger, we can get him to play together. But just our gentle giant isn't very gentle.
Yeah. So now for puppies, especially with like a Siberian Husky puppy, they are diggers. So what we got was the little foam letters that you usually get for little kiddos. And then we got just a fleece blanket as well. So with the foam letters, they were only $10 at Walmart. The fleece blanket was $5. What we're gonna do is stack the foam letters underneath the shelving, and then also put the fleece blanket around the letters. That's just, the blanket is just kind of optional. You wouldn't have to do that, but we don't have kids, so I didn't feel that having the ABCs on our floor was exactly like appropriate for our household. So then a couple other things that you're gonna need to make this are some zip ties, scissors, also a lighter, just to burn off the edges of the zip ties so it's not too sharp. And then also carabiners, which Jay has placed underneath the shelving for some reason. So these are what's going to help the gate be like a swivel, or like make the playpen swivel. So instead of trying to climb over the playpen, you can just unhook these and then open the playpen up to put puppy in and out of it.
Basically, what we're gonna do is instead of connecting all 4 sides, we're only connecting
With zip ties.
Yeah, with 3 zip ties, so it will swivel open and close, and that way we can just keep it closed with the carabiner. But also, I had an idea that instead of having this be the bottom on the crate, we're gonna also attach it to the sides.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, if he does feel like he needs to chew, he can at least chew these like side pieces, and then also he's gonna have toys and everything on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But just to have that, that padding, just in case he whatever.
Chews or digs or peas.
Right. So
Yeah.
that way
Saves
it's
the carpet.
all the walls are protected. It's not gonna but also we're not gonna have this against the wall. We're gonna have it about 2 inches out. That way he's not
Eating the wall.
eating the wall like Pearl did.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna start putting it together and show
Huzzah.
you how phase 1 looks. All right, so phase 1 is complete. We've put up all 3 sides after combining 2 on each side and then joining all 3 corners. So now we just need to cut off the loose ends on the zip ties, melt down the zip ties a little bit so they're not so sharp, and then put the gate and flooring on. So phase 2 is complete. We have cut off all of the excess strings on the zip ties and we melted them with our lighter to make them nice and smooth so it's not sharp on Puppy's teeth if you were to ever chew on him. And then we attached our swivel gate and we put down all of the foam alphabet letters and then put a flannel blanket over that and tucked in all of the corners. In total, this project costed us $55 to do, and it took us 30 minutes for 2 people to put it all together. Okay, everybody, phase 2 is complete. We did some finishing touches on it as well, and this is the final product. In all, it's a pretty sturdy walls here. We used some of our leftover kid foam alphabet pads, and we just put that up against the wall so he's not really tempted to scratch or chew the wall, and it spells out his name. His name is Sky, so it's like perfect. We already put his toys in there, try to keep them separate from our other dog's toys. And yeah, we put the little gate on. I'll show you how that works here in just a second. So this gate is it's pretty tall. I'm 5'4" and this comes up to my waist.
Yeah.
So this is pretty tall. I mean, you could easily, if you wanted to secure all sides, you could easily climb over it. But I just like having this swivel gate and using that.
I'll do a Vanna White for you. And
Yeah,
show you.
yeah. Let's see the gate, how this works.
So the carabiners were to close the other side of the gate that was not zip tied shut. So we just unhook, and it just easily just swivels out. He can go ahead and play, put him in there. I mean, we could probably pick him up and put him in there, but this like kind of makes it extra secure. And then just kind of clasp them together so they like meet, and then just put the holes in where they need to be.
Yep.
And boom, there you go.
And that's it. So this, it's pretty heavy, honestly, so I don't think a puppy would be able to lift it up. I don't think if you had kittens and you wanted to put them in here, they definitely couldn't get that up. I wouldn't necessarily recommend putting children in this thing.
No.
I really wouldn't, and I don't think I would leave any pets that you do decide to put in there for very long while you're not home to kind of supervise. But I mean, it's up to your discretion. How you want to use a pin like this. We actually used this exact pin for when we had a couple of rescued rabbits. And what we did was, instead of putting the foam pad on the bottom, those alphabet foam pads, we actually put down plywood that we got for $20 at Home Depot. And the plywood was our base, and we just put like 4 holes on each side and then zip tied the plywood into the metal shelving. And then we put a fitted sheet actually underneath it and then up over the top. So the fitted sheet came right up to that top line here. And then we just threw a bunch of hay in there for padding, and the hay didn't come out of the gate, so that was really nice. And it was a sturdy surface that the little critters couldn't scurry from underneath. And this wasn't their playpen, like it was actually their home. So it was very reliable. We had 2 rabbits in here for about 8 months, I think. They never escaped. We actually used smaller carabiners on the sides so they couldn't open it. I think I actually have one in my pocket, maybe. Yeah, I do. We use these small ones, and we put 4 of them on there. So we could unhook them and then get in and out for easy cleaning, because you have to clean rabbit cages like crazy. They get so dirty so quickly, but I think this makes a good playpen. It's definitely not something that you would want to put a puppy or a kitten or like a guinea pig or rabbits in here for long term, because it does just have that foam padding, and it's really easy to get 2 people to lift off the shelving and then tear apart everything underneath. Like, that wouldn't be too hard to do. But if you wanted to make it something more permanent for kittens, dogs, guinea pigs, rabbits, or small critters like that, I would definitely recommend doing the plywood thing, and then drilling the 4 holes and then really zip tying it that way, and makes it a little more permanent. But I hope you liked this video. Leave us some comments and let us know what you think of the final product. Our dog and our cat have been very curious. I think it turned out really cute. I think it'll make a good playpen for him. So thanks for watching, and let us know what you think, and give us a like, and maybe even subscribe and see some more of our family vlogs.
He's gonna be a husky, copper Siberian husky, so
Yeah.
you'll definitely get those videos and updates about how cute and
Adorable our puppy
Adorable.
is, so why not subscribe? Bye everyone.